Okay, hello. My name is Bree. Nice to meet you. This is our first time encountering one another. What I'm here to kind of remind people of today is to find your bliss and to continue to find moments of joy and pockets of gratitude in your days. I know that for a while, the realities of this earth and her people have been troubling and energy consuming, and heartbreaking. But if we look at it from an energetic standpoint, it is also important to maintain, while you also maintain space for the grief and the stress and the pain that can occur from these things taking place. It's also important to find the energetic space for gratitude and moments of joy and happiness, whether that's using what you're feeling to alchemize it and pour into a form of expression that aligns with you and your being, or simply excuse me, or simply processing while sitting at the beach, and allowing yourself that energetic recharging of energy to take place by simply putting yourself in the spaces for energetic recharging to take place. If you're at home and you're simmering in the feelings that you're feeling and not doing anything to kind of counteract that, it's going to continue to manifest, and that marination process is going to continue. And with the marination, the more that's what you're going to taste more of, like that taste is going to become more potent, more consistent, unless you choose to flesh it out with something else to counteract that flavor. You know what I mean? Yes. Yeah, especially with it being like Mental Health Awareness Month. Just make sure that you're making time to process. If you are someone in a position where your voice is stifled in certain environments for whatever reason, whether that be your job or whether that be your community that you're currently in, or whether that be other circumstances, find other outlets to be able to express yourself and use your voice and talk about the things that are on your mind, even when feel like you're in an alternate reality. Sometimes these days it feels like you're going between a room full of awareness and very immense and intense emotions, or spaces, I should say, because maybe it's not a physical space and location that you go to, or like in-person community that you have. Maybe it's like an online community, but spaces that you go to where there's alignment in understanding and active processing of the things taking place. And then there's disassociation, and depending on where you are on that spectrum, honestly, because I feel like it's a spectrum between like the overall awareness and complete ignorance is bliss. There's in between there. Sometimes I feel like the further you are on that spectrum, the lonelier you can feel. Yeah. I'm making this video right now because over the past few days I've known like I need to like post, because I've been on this journey of trying to post consistently, and I've been choosing usually to post from my drafts, because it was feeling hard to create the typical content that I would create under the circumstances that we're currently under, along with additional understandings and realizations, and awarenesses that came with it. And I recorded a few different videos tonight some I feel like are good context for like my own personal reflection, and some maybe I'll post at some point. But I think I'm ultimately just here to say I don't know how this space is going to be shifting, but it does feel like there's a shift that needs to take place, because the things that I used to do, or at least the manner and way in which I used to do it, doesn't feel right and aligned anymore. And if you're feeling that way, if you're feeling stuck, maybe not in this specific realm of like content creation and sharing yourself on the internet, which can feel wild, even when you're still a small micro community. I guess I just want to say I hope if you stick around, if any of these things discussed, talked about, experienced kind of calls out to you, I hope that you stick around. I hope that we get to know each other more. I hope that things that I choose to share and feel called to share end up serving you in some way. And hopefully in more than just entertainment. I'm a teacher by trade. That's what I went to school for, education. So I would hope to be able to continue using that skill in different forms. Yeah, this feels very vulnerable. This feels very like raw. Not typical. If you want to follow my TikTok, it's the same as my Instagram name, Evolving Brie. I hope that you guys are having a blessed, wonderful day. I hope that everyone is feeling wonderful. And I hope that you guys are able to find your balance amidst the chaos. Yeah. Okay.